Jimmy on the beat, boy.
Okay, boomer. Whatever you say, boomer. 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 B-O-O-M-E-R, please, your dusty mood don't vibe with me. You are old and so therefore I must say 10 for dinosaur. Hey. Okay, boomer. Whatever you say, boomer. Okay, boomer. Whatever you say, boomer. Okay, boomer. Whatever you say, boomer. Okay, boomer.
Jimmy on
Okie
the beat,
dokie,
boy.
boomer.
Oh, good God. What day of the week is this?
Okie boomer.
What day of the week is this? I don't know.
It's Saturday.
It's Saturday? Is it Saturday?
Saturday.
Shit, it feels like
Right.
Sunday, I think. I don't know.
Yeah, we were just here like a day or two.
Oh, my-
Welcome, guys. Yeah, these are Beauty and the Boomer short takes.
Yeah, these are short takes. That means Oz doesn't, carry on for hours and hours, and Chanda doesn't have to kick the shit out of
That's not it at all. It means that we don't bring a lot of the same segments that we bring on Saturday.
Is
night.
that
the
it? Is that what
satire?
that's what it is?
Yeah.
Oh, okay. Well, we still bring a lot of satire, for the love of God.
Well, that's
Yeah.
just because we're snarky, and that's just the way it is.
Let me see if I can chrome you out here.
Yeah, am I glitching? Yeah,
I got you. I think
glitching.
I got you. You just have a line around you now. You've got that. What is that? Radiation or something? Anyway.
Yeah.
There's
Yeah.
Jilly, Kate,
Jilly?
Jilly. Hi, Jilly. She says
Riley.
hi, Chanda,
Hi, Riley.
hi, Oz. Anyway, just a community announcement here. I think Steve and Lucky have. Who do they have on? They've got John.
Well, I know Slow News Day is on right now, and they were over in that chat because I was hanging in there.
Oh
in
yeah,
the
Ricky
room.
Rants. They're over there on Steve and Lucky's stream right now. So for all you
Yeah.
guys that have, is that right, Steve? Is
Hey,
Ricky
Steve.
over there?
There's
Yeah,
Steve.
there's Steve.
Hey.
All you guys that have multiple devices, just log into each show and see if you can drive yourself insane.
I do that actually.
Oh shit! It took me years because I have two earplugs in one ear, my cell phone in the other, and then another headphone in the other. So sometimes I'll have 4 feeds coming in, and you know what?
Yeah.
I get it. I can listen to all 4 at once.
Me
and
too. Me too.
I think
me
it's
too.
going to give me brain damage, but
I know
whatever.
people always ask me, how can you have 4 screens going at once? And because I'm listening to 1 or 2 things that's going on, like listening for a cut in the background, but I'm focusing on whatever is at hand. I do it all the time.
Yeah, I know. It's crazy. Who's over?
And then I got Metallica bass blasting in the
Oh
background.
yeah. Riley Martin. Hey Riley. Riley's first. Riley, are you over there by yourself?
We got some fams hanging out on the rock fin. Hey,
Yeah,
Rockfin.
we do. They're just not very talky. They're probably trying to listen to 4 feeds at once, and it's giving them brain damage. So I get it. God, I get it. I get it.
The show is satire.
It is satire, and these are our QR codes if you want to throw us 2 bits or whatever. We are.
4 bits.
Yeah, and the background card is from the soon-to-be-revealed new format. That's just a teaser card there. Shanda's getting the avatars down to a science, right? You're good.
So I've got the avatars down to a science. I got the Canva down to a science. I got. We're moving along.
You got all that stuff. Good. So we're good. We're good at that. So what are we going to do? We're going to cover some stuff tonight, I think, right?
Yeah, there's a lot of stuff, serious stuff that we don't cover on Beauty and the Boomer on Saturday nights because we try to keep it lighthearted and funny and entertaining for you guys. But because the dive is on hiatus, we don't have an outlet. So this is our outlet.
Yeah, and believe me, I'm enjoying that hiatus. I miss Sister Amber, but
Well, we're still working though. We're still working.
Yeah.
We're still in the green room on Monday nights. We're just not airing shows because we're working on a couple of major projects.
Big
one
time.
for Roar and one for Beauty and the Boomers. So
and anybody
It's gonna
else's
roll out
show.
this
Yeah.
spring.
We're trying. We're trying to do different stuff, and believe me, being in a production meeting is much easier than getting ready for a show on
Yeah,
Monday nights.
I can show up with my hair in a mess
Yeah,
and no makeup
yeah,
and
yeah.
yell at people.
Yeah, my Depends. I can just sit in my Depends and I don't
Okay,
have to.
Nancy or Biden.
House drinker.
I didn't bring any United spots tonight. What the
Oh
hell?
wow! Right to stay down in history.
Write it down in history.
What we did bring tonight, we want to make sure everybody, it's fair use tonight, guys. And I've got to say, because I'm bringing an outro tonight, that it's kind of exemplary of what Steve Cutler does when he does his cover songs. He owns it. He makes those songs his. He's not trying to mimic these people. Steve, I'm talking about you.
Yeah.
And this group,
Are your ears burning?
this group, London Grammar, owned the song that I'm going to bring tonight, and I think they owned it. It's a little slower, but it's really passionate. So I'm looking forward to that. And we've got clones. Clones are visiting the show tonight. Send in the clones, and let me see. We've got what do you got here? Did you put a Linktree QR code in here? Let me see.
I did. This is, and then I animated our
like
some
that
of our logos,
yeah,
like that.
bounced,
Isn't that cool?
That is way
But yeah,
cool.
you can scan this. This will take you to our link tree where you can find Joey's coffee and links to the beautyandtheboomer.com merch, which is on its final weeks. If you want to go check out the original merch. And I know somebody out there got a pair of Beauty and the Boomer socks. I'm super excited for them.
Yeah.
They get Oz and Chanda on their feet.
Yeah, I
crazy.
can do what I did best when I was younger, was lick her toes.
Lick
So-
her toes.
That's,
Anyway,
anyway,
you hear that?
it was really good. I honestly, guys, the reason,
Hey,
one of the
Anthony.
reasons why we've done all this is because we want to be able to legally sell Joey's coffee, so, and some other stuff, and do some promotions that normally we couldn't do if we were inside the nonprofit Roar as a member. So we're kind of like doing our own thing. You want to tell them a little bit about that real quick, Chanda?
Well, yeah, Beauty and the Boomer has broke out into its own LLC officially this week. And so that way we can incorporate a lot of the other ideas, projects, and monetization that we want, avenues that we want to follow that we can't do as the nonprofit Roar, which Roar has always been our umbrella. It's
Yeah.
nonprofit. And we have
Yeah.
a very driven mission at Roar, which is, to lift independent women's voices and
Training,
this space,
how-tos,
training,
all that stuff.
graphic design, everything, how to roll a show out. If you wanted to do a show but didn't know how to do the technical side, we would be there to help you. And that's what Roar's mission is. And so we'll be really focusing on getting that mission out there. I know, we've been working on grants and partnering with other nonprofits. So I'm excited for what's going to come with Roar, but I'm really excited for Beauty and the Boomer because it's grown up. It's kind of, it's a teenager. It's going to go out on its own.
Yeah, it's going to go out on its own. Besides, we figured out that we need to eat. So,
Damn nonprofits. I don't know how those things ever stay alive.
Yeah, they don't.
How's the Clintons do it? I guess I got to become a foundation, right?
I guess so. You can like go to Haiti and burn them down again, like the Clintons have done several times. So
that's not the first time.
No, it's not. It's not.
I listened to the history of Haiti last night from like the beginning to.
Didn't all those scumbags like destroy the Mariana Islands and turn that into a slave camp up there where they make clothes and stuff? I think.
Yeah, I think so.
I think
Steve
so, too.
Cutler. Let's see. Oh, Steve Cutler says the first link is for Friday's Fearlessly Authentic with Shanda. That's right. I'm going to be stopping over there and hanging out and being fearlessly authentic, which I think I do every day because that's just who I am.
Oh, God.
But I'm excited. Everybody's got to hang out. I haven't had time.
So what I like about that show is they're not shy. They tell you to BYOB. So bring your own bong or bring your own bud.
Oh, you guys know I do.
Yeah, that's great. Looking forward to that, Shanda. That'll be fun.
Me too. So yeah, make sure you check the link or save the link, but we'll be putting the link out all week.
Yeah, who's this? Did you make this reface back here?
It's not hilarious. Just say no to me.
I think I had that hair one time. I started moving up that way.
I could see you like that.
Jack's Page Dirtbag Leftist says, "What the hell is this guy making? He's got Oreos, Nutella, and a big bag of toilet paper.
He's gonna need that toilet paper.
He's gonna need that shit. Oreos and Nutella. I mean, or is he just really constipated? I'm not sure.
Oh my gosh. Yeah. Nutella will get you. I have indulged in Nutella before. Not kind.
I was at the market today and I was looking at the Nutella and I was saying, should I get some? I mean, because this guy got so much. I don't know. Nutella isn't.
I learned some good recipes. There's a really good recipe where you just take what is it? Nutella, flour, and like milk, and you mix it into a coffee cup and throw it in the microwave, and you end up with a nice little warm, like cake, a Nutella cake.
Well, isn't Nutella like what a cocoa bean shits out or something? Or what the hell is that stuff?
It's ground up hazelnuts. It's
Oh,
just like peanut butter, but hazelnuts.
oh,
So
I get it. Nutella.
Nutella.
Okay, I'm a little slow. When my blood sugar goes up, my brain quits working. So
I hear you.
it's just that way. So anyway, moving right along. These are short takes, Oz, so shut the hell up. Matt Taibbi, clearly this family that teaches passionate devotion to core American values like free speech. And that's Chelsea Clinton calls for on Facebook to ban Tucker Carlson. Chelsea,
of course.
Chelsea has become a grown woman now. She's just like her mother.
Well, and she's been indoctrinated since day one. I mean, she has been the spoiled,
privileged little
elite
brat. Yeah.
Yeah. Remember that story I told about the Secret Service men and she was being racist and calling him names. And he said, I wonder what your parents would say if they knew you used that language. And she said, my parents call you that.
Exactly.
Nepotism. It's so bad.
Talk about privilege. Let me fix your, you've got something hanging down there on the left. Okay.
Yeah.
I think that's it. Let me fix it.
I'm kind of glitching tonight.
Yeah, let me fix it. I think that's better. Okay, there we go. We got there was a booger on the bottom of the screen. I know that you got
Triscuits again.
I know you guys have been watching a lot of this stuff, and you've probably seen it, through the weekend and stuff. But I really did have it in the deck first. Not that counts for anything because it's all good stuff and it's all informative. But David Sirota, a pandemic just massacred 1 million people as private health insurers recorded record profits and medical debt is skyrocketing, and yet somehow healthcare has been completely erased from the entire political conversation in America. Truly incredible. I don't think those are the words that I would have. What are the words you have, Chanda? Fuck this shit.
I see all the people that are still out there fighting for Medicare for all because I was on the front lines of that fight for the last 5 years up until a year ago. And then I pulled back when I thought, okay, if our government's not capable of handling this fucking pandemic, they definitely are not anywhere near handling fucking universal health care. I mean, we watched them just hand out these huge fucking payouts to, the biggest corporation companies like, oh, fuck yeah, let's push a bill through that says all of us have to mandatory get on their medical program and take what they tell us to take. And they'll decide who gets to run it and how much they're going to pay for it. I don't think that's a good idea. I think we need to talk about this before we go further. I
absolutely do. And there's a really good Super Ray over there that Chris Leon did. Can you read that, Chanda? Are you set up for that? I want to talk about this thing too. This video I'm getting ready to play, I posted in some of the archaic Facebook groups that I used to go to. And Jesus, I got attacked big time by the shit libs. So anyway, Chris Leon.
Oh, I got attacked all day too. Let me kill the scroller because it wants the scroll one. Okay, here we go. Hey guys, I always love to see your show. It makes me feel like part of your family in these crazy times. Did the Combo Couch move from LA to California? Move from LA to California. They're in the middle of a move right now. You'll have to follow them to know where they're at and where they're going.
Yeah, we don't want to dox them tonight. So
I'm not going to dox them. Tell you guys where they're at.
They're sneaking around.
Right? Do you guys agree that hating on wokeness way too much is counterproductive to the LGBT issue? I myself, being LGBT, feel like many of my favorite content creators minimalize LGBT issues. Wish they wouldn't. What do you guys think?
Great question.
That's a great question. And that is a tough question because we have been we've had that cancel culture come at us at the very beginning, Oz, and try to cancel us, and because of their misperceived, conceptions about us, and not even things we said or did, And so I think a lot of us stay away from it just because of that. And one thing that you don't realize when you're on this side of the screen versus that side of the screen is you all have your handles, you all have your screen names, but you don't have your pronouns on your screen names, right? And we don't want that, I don't think, as a nation on handles. But there has to be a respectful etiquette to talk to somebody who's talking back and forth via message when you don't know their pronoun. And I think that's why so many of our brothers and sisters skirt away from it, because a lot of us are creatures of habits. We're used to the rhythm, the vocabulary rhythms that we have. So we just fall into old patterns, and it might offend somebody. That's why I think so many of us stay away from it.
Yeah, and I'm gonna answer for myself to the question: do you guys agree that hating on wokeness is way too much, is counterproductive to LGBT issues? Myself being LGBTQ. Yeah, I think it is. I think it's a waste of energy, just like I think it's a waste of energy fighting with other people who identify themselves with things that are in the public good. Like, what can we do for our sisters and brothers and in between out there, instead of, this is part of the division thing. They've been dividing us. It
is, and I was just sitting here thinking, Oz, I don't see people as LGBTQ.
I don't either.
When I look at somebody, that's not what I'm thinking about. And so, to me, are you a shit lib? My best friend, my cousin who I grew up with, LGBT, I was the only supportive person in our family from the time that he was little. And come 2016, we'd been getting along our whole entire lives. We loved each other. He voted for Hillary Clinton. And I sat there screaming at him, how can you defend her when she has done so much terrible shit to your community? Yeah, you call me not an ally, and you call her an ally. Like, are you fucking insane? Do you know how many times she set you back? She didn't even support gay marriage till 2013.
Yeah.
Are you kidding me?
That's a fact.
And that, to me, I don't care what your preferences are. I care about, are you fucking aware of what's really going on in this world? Do you know the truth?
I'm not going to get horribly personal about my personal life, and I'm not pandering to any community. But some of my closest friends are in several different communities, including LGBTQ, including trans, including the Black community and the Hispanic community. But I feel kind of like an outsider myself, because I've been getting a lot of ageist shit thrown at me. And here's the irony. We call this show Beauty and the Boomer. So this is how I kind of deal with that, because my demographic, the older ones, the 60 plus people, have been fucking things up for all these communities.
And I admit I'm ageist because of it.
And
that's why we call this Beauty and the Boomer.
I am too. So I think humor and supporting and loving our sisters and brothers is the goddamn way to go. Not to bomb the shit out of the poor brown people in other countries or cut their heads off because they love somebody. I hope that was a good enough explanation. I don't know if it's what you wanted to hear.
No, that was a great question. And that was tough, because a lot of us do skirt even talking about these issues. So thank you for your question.
No, absolutely. Thank you, Chris. Really appreciate it.
We got a comment from Dingo I want to read that says, Chanda, did you see Uphill Media is ending? But don't worry. That pro guy is starting his own channel. Does that mean what I think it means? Amos is joining us, I think.
Oh my gosh. Good job, Amos.
Thanks for the info, Dingo. We love our brother Amos and everybody at Uphill.
Yeah. And again, I haven't used a pronoun myself until today. I started using it. And I put
folks and ladies, or brothers and sisters.
No, I use the pronoun I'm the old boomer guy. I mean,
that's a good one.
Old boomer guy.
I'm Beauty, you're Boomer. That's just our
that's it. So we're capping on. Anyway, let's get back on track. Thanks again, Chris. That was very fair, and we hope that question satisfied your response, and really do appreciate it. So thank you very much. Seriously. So how are we doing in the chats? We got,
I know Dingo's cracking me up. Yeah.
I know Dingo.
There you go,
Yeah.
I know.
Fred, yeah, Fred. I hear you, Fred. You know, it's personal preference on that too. So we're all hey Anthony. Hi Anthony. Anthony, you're so cool. You know, Anthony, I'll tweet something that's like Anthony's waiting to, you know, just bat it out of the park for me. I really do appreciate that. But remember, Anthony, give me shit if I say something that's or tweet something that's not in
Don't
line
worry.
with what please do. I
This
really
fam will call you out.
please do.
I know
Please.
that. So
Yeah,
we don't have to
so
worry.
go there. Anyway, this is from the Daily Poster, and this I believe this was done by a Republican think tank. I'm not sure.
What terrible shit is this? I don't think I've ever watched this.
No, this is it. But I put this in a couple of the so-called progressive groups on Facebook, which is the first mistake. And I got what? Go ahead.
I got to tell you what I did yesterday. I am an admin of the Progressive Party on Facebook, and Pramila Jayapal was also an
fuck.
admin.
Oh.
I fucking threw her off. I kicked her out of the group.
Yeah, she has no
Shab is
business.
in there too. We have quite a few leaders in there that are admins of that group, and I know she never looks at it. I'm like, I don't know who assigned her as this. Get the fuck out of here.
Yeah, don't do that. Yeah, that was funny. Anyway,
Sorry to interrupt, but it
no,
was
that's
funny.
okay. Anyway, I'm going to play this. You guys tell me what you think at the end of it. And thanks, everybody, for sticking around. Appreciate it. We won't bore you too much, I hope. Here we go.
There's a lot of talk about Medicare for all. What does that mean?
A new report from the Republican-led Congressional Budget Office finds that scrapping our corporate healthcare system and instead shifting towards a Medicare for all-like medical system would confer numerous benefits, including boosting the economy and helping out workers in several other ways.
It's no secret that I support Medicare for all.
I don't.
Consider the report in its own words. Households' health insurance premiums would be eliminated and their out-of-pocket healthcare costs would decline.
I think everyone should essentially be able to be, from age 1 on, essentially have the same kind of coverage you have in Medicare.
The reduction in health insurance premiums and out-of-pocket expenses would generate a positive wealth effect, allowing households to spend their time on activities other than paid work and maintain the same standard of living.
It should be just universal across the board. We can afford to do that.
It is totally unrealistic. It can't be done.
Longevity and labor productivity would increase as people's health outcomes improved.
Democrats aren't just running on good old ideas, they're running on good new ideas, like Medicare for all.
And yet, for all of the benefits that are outlined by the Republican-led CBO in this report,
Yeah,
Medicare
we're
for
live
all
micing it, you
legislation
guys,
remains
so you can hear
stalled.
us.
I support a public option. Provide a public option.
There you
Provide a
do.
public option.
Provide a public option.
But Biden hasn't pushed that public option plan as president. He didn't even include it in his budget plan last year.
We can get a public option passed, and we can get it passed quickly. It can happen immediately. I can get it passed.
Instead, he and Democratic leaders have adopted proposals from health insurance lobbyists to further entrench
Bingo.
our corporate healthcare system and put more Americans on for-profit, subsidized health insurance plans.
Further subsidize the ability to get into a gold plan.
The CBO is hardly some bastion of left-wing utopianism, and in a money-drenched political system, the federal government rarely admits these scathing truths about our status quo, especially truths that really illuminate how much better life would be for millions of Americans if we were to adopt the reforms that other countries made a long time ago.
The real problem is going to be taking on those insurance companies.
And this is why I don't support Medicare for all in its entirety right now, because since the Democrats love to grab the ball and run with it every election season, and then they fucking drop it as soon as they get across. No. I'm done.
We support universal, fully funded. Government cannot turn it on and off at their pleasure, period. So Medicare for all, not like that. Universal, fully funded. And if that's the rhetoric that people understand, so be it. But the healthcare system should be put in the what was the what's his name? Al Gore's lockbox. They should not be able to touch it like Trudeau tried to do with those truckers up there, and other countries are using their benefits package as leverage
give the government control of everything.
Push their fascist horseshit. So all of our sisters and brothers out there, you know, Physicians for National Healthcare, Whole Washington, the healthcare initiatives, make sure that you're talking about this issue. The government should not be able to control whether people get it or not. People should just fucking get it. And if you do, you should be impeached or thrown out of office immediately. So that's how it has to be written.
Well, so many of those entities that you just named, Oz, rank and file towed the line on the authoritarian mandate bullshit. And that just right there, I put my heels in the dirt and pulled the reins back. Like, wow, what the hell? No.
What the hell's going on?
We don't give the government full alliance and okay, here, give us universal health care and you can tell us all what to do and when to do it and how to do it.
Yeah, that's tantamount to being the same thing as employer-sponsored health care, because they can pull it. You know, it's anything that's not a contract. And even if it's a contract, they'll find loopholes. But
it sounds like communism to me.
Yeah, it's communism. I just want, anybody that gets hurt that needs to go to the doctor, get help. How many hundreds of thousands of people died during this pandemic, Joe Biden, because they didn't have health care?
They'll never tell you the truth.
They'll never tell you the truth. Never tell you the truth.
I've heard 6 million is a pretty good estimate of what we lost in 2 years.
Yeah. So
but what was our average before that? I don't know.
I don't know either, but it's wrong. What this one here was kind of interesting. This was I don't remember where this came.
I brought this. This is straight up propaganda.
I think I brought it too. Is it in the deck twice?
Probably.
Okay.
You and I have the share brains.
Brains. Okay, here we go.
I'll look for it.
Active protest unfolding on live television in Russia. Last night, an editor for one of the country's state-owned channels burst onto the set of the nightly news broadcast there, shouting "No war," also holding up a sign. She's become one of the thousands of Russians arrested or detained for speaking up against the invasion of Ukraine. Deborah Pata has more.
A courageous act of defiance in a country where there is zero tolerance for criticism of Russia's war on Ukraine. Marina Ovsyannikova, an editor for Russia's state-run Channel 1, bursting onto the set of the nightly newscast, shouting "Stop the war, no to war," before the channel switched to a different report. In a video posted online before her demonstration, Ovsyannikova explained she was ashamed of her role in spreading Russian propaganda and urged Russians to go out and protest, saying, "What is happening now in Ukraine is a crime, and Russia is the aggressor country. The responsibility for that aggression lies on the conscience of only one man, and that man is Vladimir Putin." A Russian human rights organization later said that she'd been arrested. Earlier this month, the Kremlin passed a law that carries up to 15 years in prison for spreading any views on the military it deems false. It came amid widespread protests throughout the country and almost 15,000 police arrests.
I have never seen anything like the act of courage exhibited by Marina Ovsyannikova.
Julia Davis is a Russian media analyst and columnist for the Daily Beast.
Marina is facing
the Daily Beast.
Risks to her life, her safety, her future. She knew that, and she willingly took that risk. My hat is off to her.
For CBS Mornings, Deborah Pata, London.
Okay, are you ready to tear this one up?
The Daily Beast.
The Daily Beast.
Talking about the board of the Daily Beast and Hillary Clinton, right?
Yeah, the Daily Beast
on their board. Yeah, and so many other
if you believe this for 1 second, I might have some swampland in Arizona for you. I mean, I'm not saying it couldn't have happened, but if it's coming and the Daily Beast is high-fiving it, odds are it's pure propaganda. And I bet you that gal back there is a CIA asset at best.
Oh, at best. Yeah. And, my question is, they arrested 15,000 protesters. Were they protesting Putin or were they protesting war? We seem to have that fucked up in this country too. Protesting war, protesting, Putin bad.
Yeah. Yeah, I mean,
I'm anti-war. I've been anti-war, most of my adult life. If you don't know that there's genocides of wars going on around the fucking globe daily, what the hell is the difference in this one? We all know what the difference on this one is. It's propaganda that's being fed to you.
And here's the thing. Did Putin do the right thing by going in there? No.
Fuck no. Putin's
Fuck
an
no.
oligarch. Don't get it fucked up. I see the oligarchs as all the oligarchs. I don't see Biden as this country and Putin this country. I just see rich motherfuckers that rule the globe and the rest of us.
It's Stratego or war games or whatever the hell it is at the expense of your blood and your treasure and your tax dollars going for this horse shit. And again, I just can't tell you enough. If the Daily Beast and CBS Viacom is promoting this, I don't believe it for a second. So as soon as I saw Daily Beast, I was like, oh, propaganda crap. Let me ask you something, Chanda. We've had people in the past go on TV and hold the newscasters at gunpoint. That's like in the 70s and maybe 80s.
I remember that. Yeah.
Okay.
Right.
Maybe she was a producer and she had that rolled up and she wanted to pull it out, but there is a cut switch at these goddamn studios. There is a delay, and they cut. But there's so many questions I have. This is I'm just going to call bullshit on it and move on. That's bullshit.
You can't tell me we don't have assets inside Russian media.
Yeah, come on.
We play just as dirty, if not dirtier than.
If not dirtier. You brought this. What is this all about?
And now it's time to go over to the carefully selected stories that have been chosen to manipulate your emotions and thinking. And now back to Oz.
Back to Oz. There we go. So anyway, we're questioning. And somebody said one time or whatever, the most patriotic thing you can do is to question everybody. If you just succumb or if you just take whatever they're inculcating to you, then you got a problem. So what do we got here? What is this? This is fun. Is this Oreo?
Yeah, Inside Edition had it too. I saw that, Jilly. They're pushing the same fucking story. Inside Edition is crap. I know I bring them for Hollyweird, but I know they're crap. Believe me, I know who runs them. Just like TMZ, they're controlled assets.
Yeah, they're all controlled. It's the CAA that's controlling anything in Hollywood, which is the CIA of Hollywood.
Hollywood was set up by CIA. I mean, you need to go back and look at the history of warplanes and why they had camera development. It wasn't to make Hollywood movies. It was to film wars and bombs in action.
And fuck your brain 24/7. So, murder, death, kill. That's good. You put these kids that are watching this Hollywood horse shit now, these hero shows, and put them in a war zone, they're going to have a stroke because they're out of shape, and then they're going to drop over dead and shit their pants.
That's what this clip is here. This is Salty Cracker, and this was this afternoon. And yeah, a lot of these guys are buying these mercenaries, are buying the propaganda, and now they're there. They're figuring out what's really fucking happening. And they were lied to.
So for any of you who are wondering what is going on, all right, we were part of the Georgian National Legion, the 102nd Ukrainian Territorial Defense. Okay. Our base got fucked up. The base right next to us got fucked up. Americans, British, tons of British dead. All right, they're not saying nothing. They're counting our dead as their dead. They're trying to send us to Kiev with no fucking weapons, no kit, no fucking plates. The people who are lucky enough to get weapons are only getting magazines with like 10 fucking rounds. Okay, when they wanted to send us to Kiev, we said no. Our whole group, a bunch of Americans, Canadians, British. So they told us we had to get the fuck out or they were going to shoot us in the back. People need to stop coming here. It's a trap, and they're not letting you fucking leave.
Holy shit, that propaganda is going to get you dumb, gullible idiots bloated the fuck up. And here's another example of this. They are now trying to tell everybody, the Western media. So we talked about this the other day. We made a video about that camp near the Polish border. They keep saying it's near the Polish border. Oh my God, they almost hit a NATO ally. Hey, it's a camp inside Ukraine, right? It's a military camp. It's a training camp. And because it was bloated up with a bunch of Americans and Brits and Canadians, and probably some other Western gullible morons over there, this is a humanitarian crisis. It's a war crime. What do you mean it's a war crime? This is a bunch of fucking mercenaries, right? Whoa. They were volunteer mercenaries who are peacekeepers. It's a war crime. We told you. We fucking told you. You're worth more to this regime dead than alive. They don't even really want to send you to the front. They don't want to spend a shit ton of money on you. They ain't gonna fucking train you. You're not gonna get training in 3 days. A bunch of these dipshits. I super duper trained this now. I had 3 days of training. 3 days of training and 2,004 hours of Call of Duty experience. I'm ready for the front line. No, you're fucking stupid. You're fucking stupid. Here's an example of this. This is over on Reddit. And I love that this is finally waking up. It takes dead Redditors, it takes bloated up Redditors for some of these idiots to start realizing that this is not a game.
Like Salty Cracker or don't like Salty Cracker, he's right about this. And I'm glad that he's talking to the right, because his followers are, majority right, and saying, hey, don't get sucked up in this shit. And, we have these little pockets of truth on each side that kind of cross over. And I like what Salty has to say normally.
Yeah, I do too. Would you mind reading the Super Ray from A-Rim? Because we always appreciate everybody's damn opinion.
I adore A-Rim. Are you kidding?
No, we want everybody's opinion, and we're not always going to agree on everything, but damn it, we want you to speak your mind.
Leonard Trust Fund says, ? What? I don't know. Maybe we said something you didn't get. And A-Rim says, my pronouns are, you can call me Ray, or you can call me Ray, or you can call me Ray J, or you can call me AJ, but don't call me late for dinner. And having remedies content to whatever you discuss. Civility is overrated. Oversensitized is a real problem. I agree. Identity and culture politics, especially from partisans, come with imperialism and are at the expense of the foundational priorities.
You nailed it. I agree. Absolutely.
Absolutely. And yes, all of this fucking cancel culture bullshit is so unproductive. It's put us back years and years.
Both sides are giving it to each other. Both sides.
And trying to cancel comedy. I mean, come on. What kind of fucking society do you want? One where we can't be open, one where we can't laugh, where we can't poke fun. Comedy is how we handle a lot of the more serious issues in our life and how we process it and how we've done it for millennia. So,
civility, and I agree. Civility is part of the problem. It has been.
It's so busy being civil and polite to each other that we're allowing a lie to continue to go because we're too scared to call out the fucking truth.
The prime example, the Democratic Party has played it being civil for the last 2 goddamn decades, if not longer. Meanwhile, the leadership, quote unquote leadership, or the members, the movers and shakers in the Democratic Party take advantage of that civility. They bend it and twist it to
they manipulate it.
To absolutely build, foment, what's the term I'm looking for? Blood sugar again. What happens when somebody is trying to create a narrative and get people to go by? We talk about it all the time. I got a brain freeze. What the hell? Manufacture consent.
Manufacturing consent.
They try to manufacture consent. That's a tactic they use. So we're a little bit too sensitive.
And virtue signaling. Look at my virtue.
Oh, for fuck yeah.
Better than your virtue. I care about these people.
Let's shove all that shit off to the side and call it what it is. And I
don't give a shit about these people. You can't even point on a map where fucking Ukraine is. 71% of America can't find Ukraine on a fucking map unless it's labeled. I mean, look at Harris, and we got some funny stuff coming up the deck. We should stop rambling.
I know. These are great questions and great points, and I gotta do it.
No, they are.
But we've got. Thank you, A-Rim.
I'm a little tired and rum-dummied. Oz is a little high blood sugar.
Yeah, my blood sugar.
So, Aaron, you were once again attacked by the Young Turks. Tell us what happened this time.
They won't leave me alone. They, like many other media outlets, got this story wrong inside Ukraine, where there was this story that came out of a place in Ukraine called Snake Island, where some Ukrainian soldiers were. And the story was that as Russia came to take the island, the Ukrainian soldiers said, Russian warship, go F yourself, and refused to surrender. And then in response to that, Russia just massacred all of them.
Zhang tweets out, my new motto in life is Russia warship, go fuck yourself. And then Aaron responds, not a quote tweet, just a reply. McCarthyite dupe, go fact check yourself. And then scroll down a little, Wilson, linking to an article which says breaking reports that Ukrainian troops on Snake Island who told Russian warship to go fuck yourself are alive and were taken as prisoners.
He's asking me to fact check whether my new motto is Russian warship, go after yourself. I did fact check that. It turns out it's still my new motto. So fact check completed.
Award-winning journalist.
I'm not asking him to fact check his motto. I'm asking him to fact check the story that he falsely reported, which he's just acknowledging now he got wrong. They know that I was asking him to fact check that because they left out a tweet that I sent him, which they didn't show on their show, but we'll show it here, Wilson. I just put it in the chat, where I just say to him that he needs to correct the story. When you're done your latest McCarthyite freakout, try to remember you're supposed to be pretending to be a journalist. When journalists spread false claims like you did here, they retract and apologize. So I was asking him to correct the story that he got wrong, not fact check his motto as he's trying to now say that I was doing.
That's really ridiculous.
All you can do is laugh at this guy at this point.
Yeah, although the people who did take him seriously should send in apologies, not to us, but
to us.
So everyone watching Useful Idiots, I'm sorry. Everyone who's seen the Katie Halper show on which Aaron has appeared, I'm sorry. And Anna, but not Jenk, because Jenk doesn't need it, but Anna does want the apology. Anna, I'm sorry.
Whatever.
Yeah, I know. Let that be what it is.
Yeah, it is what it is. I mean, the TYT is a burning frickin' dumpster fire.
Jeffrey Katz and Big
give me a
Kurt
break, guys. Just like I've weaned myself off of most of the Hill and Breaking Points, you got to wean yourself.
I gotta
off
admit,
of...
I did click on a couple of Breaking Points videos today.
Oh, I did too, because I still think
they're
the
back, and
conversations
so they're
there.
in the algorithm. Yeah, but I tell you, man, I watch far away. Like I'm just watching to see what Crystal's wearing.
I want to like them, but it's so hard because they've gotten, in our opinion, so much shit wrong lately.
Wrong, right.
It's hey guys, wake up and smell the coffee. Get out of your goddamn bubble. Step out for a little bit, you know. Trump, 2020, Trump is going to start World War III. 2022, we need to start World War III, i.e. anybody that doesn't know what a no-fly zone causes. We had, I wanted to bring this, MSNBS, Chris Hayes, the Kremlin itself sees Tucker as a useful asset, according to a leaked document translated by Mother Jones. Mother Jones is still alive? I didn't know that. I didn't know they were still doing this. I used to have a subscription to Mother Jones.
Yeah, I know. I used to like Mother Jones.
Yeah, I did too. I just, they're, whatever. But there's Chris Hayes in all of his glory and his lean forward, his guy glasses. I hear the guy's like 7 feet tall. But he's another new Joseph McCarthy.
Yeah, he is.
And we don't need that shit. We really don't. Don't just, but he's paid. My point is he's paid to, push this bullshit. And speaking of that, you guys have probably heard this all day long. I'm going to play it again for those who haven't, just in case. But oh my good God, Craig Postadardula. You know this guy, Craig Postadardula?
I might.
He says, "What the hell did she say? This is the Speaker of the House. We are so fucked." What now? Why would you say something, Craig? You shouldn't say things like that. Let's see what he means.
But they know that we can't go there. Putin is trying to bait the trap so that we go in, and that's the beginning. Could be the beginning of World War III. Putin totally irresponsible, using weapons that are not allowed under the Geneva Convention. Putin, who threatens use of chemical weapons, nuclear, and the rest. So they know that we can't. But it's the ask now. He was this morning more. If we can't have have a no-fly zone, let us have our own, and we need the airplanes to come in. No. This morning he was less on the ask for the.
Look at her hands. Did she just eat a Matrix bar?
More on let us do it. Help us
She's
get
on
the
mushrooms,
planes.
guys.
But also, there is a school of thought that thinks the anti-aircraft missiles and the rest are a very important way. Myself, when I see those tanks,
look at the arm
40
movements.
miles of tanks, I'd like to take out those tanks. I think that them having more planes might be useful, but that I'm not a military strategist. we hope that we will be able to get up to a place. I hope. You asked me how. I hope that we can get to a place where the MiGs, which are the kinds of planes they've been trained on, can go to Ukraine. The F-16s, especially if we have an excess of them, can backfill for Poland.
Backfill. Yep.
So she wants our F-16s in how drunk is she? She's drunk. You see how she walks? I was a drunk for 10 years. I can tell a drunk when I see a drunk. She's half fucking crocked. She had a couple of vodkas in her coffee though.
House drinker. That's the only way she could give that thing. And she was flapping her wings the whole time.
She's walking like holding herself up. My God.
Are you being ageist, damn it? Are you being ageist?
No. I'm being a bartenderess. I can tell a drunk when I see one.
Yeah, Craig, you got it wrong. He said, what the hell did she say? This is the Speaker of the House. We are so fucked. Totally
She's
wrong.
Drunk, isn't she?
Totally wrong. We are so fucked, and you should have exclamation points going across the whole goddamn page, Craig. So
I loved her hand and the MiGs and the what the hell was that?
Honestly, she's making the same dance-off moves that you're going to be making on Saturday night's Beauty and the Boomer.
It's a great dance-off. It's a great dance-off. I'm excited for it.
It's going to be fun. We got a great show coming up for Saturday night. What's this? You brought this.
I had to bring some Pete Buttigieg. In 7 years, you save $4,700 on gas. That's $670 a year. The average electrical vehicle costs $56,437. So just in 84 years, you will make your money back.
Wow, good idea, Pete. Good. You got some change. You can do that. How do you like my reface?
I like that reface.
Isn't that
Is
a cool
Fee
reface?
in the background? That's a great.
That's you. That's you and Sister Fee in the background. Sorry, Fee, it didn't have any hair, so join my club. And then there's old Osmandius right there. That's me. So I think I look pretty good without the goatee.
Cool. That's a pot leaf. We should have saved that.
It should have been.
So that was your official stoner corner.
That was my stoner corner for tonight. And we have lovely Linda artwork here. Linda, remember, stop the war on the poor, practice mutual aid. So if you're going to say it, practice it. And we do our best to do that in our little fiefdoms up here. And
yes, we do.
You have, you brought the real Kamala Harris here. What's this all about?
Oh God, I am so proud that women have now taken over diversity in such great heights and levels and within our government. We just had Speaker of the House, Nancy Pelosi, and her wise words. And I'm so glad that Kamala Harris is VP so she can get in there and pipe in and bring some, level-headed womenness to these global power elite men that the old men start wars. So I'm so glad women are getting in there.
Chanda, if everybody just noticed, Chanda positioned my jaw right in front of her foot that she's ready to kick me in the head with. So let's hear this wise woman of wisdom.
Wise woman.
I am here, standing here on the northern flank, on the eastern flank, talking about what we have in terms of
They told me I couldn't do drama.
eastern flank and our NATO allies, and what is at stake at this very moment.
Screw the commercials. We're sticking with this.
But we all watched the television coverage of just yesterday. That's on top of everything else that we know and don't know yet, based on what we've just been able to see. And because we've seen it or not doesn't mean it hasn't happened. Because we've seen it or not doesn't mean it hasn't happened.
You gather together the appropriate talents to produce the implement that's necessary to work properly in the world. That's a competence marker. Because otherwise your business is going to fail.
You know what both her and Nancy had in common in both of those speeches, addresses that they gave?
They were both drunk and stoned.
They both hold on your emotions because they visualized watching the tanks going 40 miles. And I'm here on the flank. I don't know what flank, northwest, east, whatever. But yeah, they both tried to draw off your emotion. And you could see it midway in both times. Oh, it's so terrible. They're trying to internalize it so you'll internalize it. But don't worry, we've got more of the best of the Dems coming up.
Yeah, we've got more of this of the Dems. Now here is reality these days. Now, somebody might say it's not, but this is actually what we get when we get a White House press briefing.
The increase in the anticipated continued increase, which is, I think, what some of your colleagues were asking about, that is a direct result of the invasion of Ukraine. And also there was an anticipation
I had to bring that. I had to bring that. That's a keeper. That's a keeper. I didn't do that work. Whoever did that, kudos to you. Snarky! Vice President Giggles is doing a great job. Now, Sister Chanda would say the cackler, right? Is that what you call her?
Yeah, I call her the cackler, the hyena.
The hyena. The hyena. I don't know anymore. What are we going to do? What's going on? We've got another McCarthyite smear here. And the best is yet to come, so stick around. Mitt Romney's treason, Glenn Greenwald says this, Mitt Romney's treason smear of Tulsi Gabbard is false and noxious, but now typifies U.S. discourse. The founders limited treason in the Constitution because to concerns it would be abused to criminalize dissent, what is now routine. No shit. Neocons weaponized it during the War on Terror. It was the dominant theme of the Trump years. The war on Ukraine has brought it all to new levels. And this, Mitt Romney for saying that, I don't know, other than qualified immunity for these assholes we could do. But again, I heard what Tulsi said. Didn't sound like treason or Putin.
It wasn't fucking treasonous at all. We're going to cover this a little bit more because I got a couple more clips that go with it.
Yeah. So what we're going to do now is, you guys have seen the upcoming clip several times today on different shows. Sister Stabby had a great extended version of this clip. But we like cover songs to be, owned or made your own. We don't like mimicking things. But this one coming up is, do you remember that movie Multiplicity?
Yeah.
With Michael Keaton and I think it was Andy McDowell. And it was about clones. Michael Keaton's character got cloned like 3 or 4 or 5 times. With each cloning process, something changed inside the clone, all the way down to that last clone was the dumbest dude and frankly the funniest dude on the show. So we've kind of got our take on The View, how the clones, they've got clones doing the work of the establishment. So here we go. This is the opener.
Where are the clones? There ought to be clones. There ought to be clones. Where are the clones? There ought to be clones. Send in the clones. Send in the clones. Send in the clones. Send in the clones.
Don't bother, they're here. So here's the clones doing their thing on that show called The View.
But I think that's an incredibly relevant question. Yeah. And I think DOJ, in the same way that it is setting up a task force to investigate oligarchs, should look into people who are Russian propagandists and shilling for Putin. That's being, if you are a foreign asset to a dictator, it should be investigated. In fact, I remember when Tulsi Gabbard, and I even hate that we're discussing it because I think to myself, who is this woman?
They used to arrest people for doing stuff like this. If they thought you were colluding with a Russian agent, if they thought you were putting out information or taking information and handing over to Russia, they used to actually investigate stuff like this. And I guess now, there seems to be no bars.
We used to do a lot of things that we don't do nowadays, Whoopi.
A lot of things. And that was beyond disgusting. And maybe, people object to me cloning everybody in that thing, but you've already seen the real version today. That's McCarthyism on steroids, which is sponsored by Raytheon, Northrop Grumman, the pharmaceutical industries, the fossil fuel industry, because you can't tell me that at least a couple of these ladies on here weren't smart enough and they were stupid and didn't know what they were saying.
No, I think they're truly stupid. I really do. They live in that gated Southampton community. You know, Hillary Clinton is one of their people that comes to their dinners and parties, and they really live in a sheltered community. I watched the top 10 old money in the country, and it's all where these women live. And they're truly sheltered. They believe that Tulsi Gabbard's out there being treasonous, and are you freaking kidding me?
Fuck?
You don't have a clue what the hell you're talking about, because Hillary Clinton is, stopping by the studio.
Do they know how many people got destroyed by Joseph McCarthy? Did they not have any history on this country? They don't know what free speech is?
Well, after what Whoopi said last week about the Holocaust, shit. I don't put any merit into anything that woman knows. Period.
Yeah,
Period.
They're anyway.
They regurgitate the American version of history, and CIA, CAA talking fucking points. Their producers don't allow them, even if they know the truth. Like, you think they know the truth and they're just sold out. I think they're truly that fucking stupid. I really do. I've met a lot of these gated communities. I cleaned their houses. And let me tell you, they believe everything that they're fed by their peers and associates who are also in that bubble. So of course they absolutely believe it. Rachel Maddow is their leader.
You might have a point there. Maybe I'm giving them too much credit. But when I started to hear the talking points back in the second Iraq invasion, we got to fight them over there so we don't have to fight them over here.
Yeah.
And that's the kind of shit that comes out of these people's pie holes. Yeah. Makes me kind of sick. Pat, the Batman fan. That's nightmare fuel. Yeah, it sure the hell is, Pat.
That is nightmare fuel. Yeah. Absolutely.
Yeah.
How's our chat doing? I've seen a couple of people stop by that we haven't seen in a while.
Yes.
Chad Wilson. Chad Wilson's in the house. Hey, Chad. Gamer.
Steven.
Welcome,
hey,
gamer.
Steven. Hey, Steven Sheehan. Good to see you.
Steven.
Vic. What's up, Vic? You like that one, huh, Vic? Anthony, there you are again. How's the rock fan? We still got... Oh, you got some Super Rays over there. You want to...
I do.
Yes,
I never
you
keep
do.
up with them.
Yeah, I know.
Well, I got to wear my glasses more for this. Okay. Did I read that
you
one?
look good with glasses. I like your glasses.
Yeah, they need cleaned. They're so dirty I can't see them. Okay, I can't read the name. Can you read the name? Crane? Is it Crane of Anarchy?
No, it's Crone. It's like an old
Crone of Anarchy.
Yeah.
I couldn't see if that was an O and an A. I really think that there was a plan to take over all the so-called left alt media, such as Mother Jones, The Guardian, the orgs like ACLU, and something the CIA would control the left narrative. And absolutely they have. We've seen it with all of those entities. The ACLU, God, what a fucking disappointment they've been for the last, I'm going to say a lot of these got taken over in 2016. So this was the big push to try to get Hillary in, right? I mean, Mother Jones had some people on staff that were kind of pushing some narrative shit, but they still had some people telling truths. But all of these organizations, the fucking Guardian, what a garbage site that is. Yeah, there's so many of them. Not just the ACLU. I've seen some shady shit out of the Southern Law Poverty or Southern Poverty
Law Center. Yeah.
I've seen some shady shit out of them. Like,
and
we've all
lately
been infiltrated.
We're starting to question Anonymous now.
Oh, Anonymous is garbage. They've been fucking taken over by fucking right wingers that are on board with let's go to Ukraine and kill the Russians.
I don't know what else to say. I guess I hope you guys like that clone thing. That was actually a clown face that didn't bring the color over. It was supposed to be a clown, so that's
it was funny. It was creepy.
It was creepy. It was really creepy. So support mutual aid. Wars can be started by lies. There's Tony, Prime Minister Tony Blair, who lied his ass off with the Iraq thing, and then peace can be started by truth. Julian Assange, who got denied his appeal the other day, which made me want to vomit. So that was one more brick in the wall. We have. Is this Galloway? Is this Galloway here?
Galloway's been on fire this week. He's so funny. He had Jimmy on. If you haven't watched it, go catch it.
Okay, I will. What's he talking about here?
War psychosis.
War psychosis. Let's hear about it.
Well, I think we both know the answer to that, Sarah. But this war psychosis
just shows it in the starkest possible relief. I mean, literally at the same time, in the same day, in the same hour, British and American bombs are laying waste to defenseless people in Yemen, whilst the countries of Britain and America and others are in literal convulsions about a far less deadly war going on in Ukraine. There's far more people killed in, you know, by this stage of the Iraq war in 2003, the number of dead civilians was in excess of 300,000. And that was less than 20 years ago, and it was us that was killing them. But people don't seem, many people, don't seem to be able to keep these two things in their mind at the same time. They cared nothing for the Iraqis. Many were cheering on the destruction of the Iraqis, whilst literally, I think it's genuine enough, are in paroxysms of grief about Ukraine. It just shows you the power of propaganda, the power of the war psychosis. Sarah in California, thank you very much indeed.
Yeah, we're going to start doing call-ins too, guys. We are.
And I'm glad to see Joey out there, and he's got an excellent point. Why you guys cannot keep these, you know, oh, this is separate from, no, it's genocide all over, and we're supporting it and have been supporting it.
Are there any mainstream media outlets that even remotely report news anymore?
No.
None.
None.
Zero.
And half of the independents have fucking followed suit and started talking shit too.
Yeah, I mean, and for whatever reason,
because they made a plan in 2016 when they couldn't control us Bernie fucking people to take over the internet like we had taken it over, because we had the control in 2016. That's how we rose up. That's how we made a fucking play for Hillary Clinton and actually won that election. I don't care what anybody says. And when they came out of that, they learned a lot. Who owns Silicon Valley? The goddamn Democrats do. Hillary Clinton and all of her buddies. And they went in there and said, we've got to get control of social media. They went to Zuckerberg and started shutting his shit down, coming after him. Remember, they put him on fucking Senate fucking hearings. And this was 2017. They fucking chased him around, told him, we're going to fucking break you up. Remember, they did that to Bill Gates in the 90s. Oh, we're going to break you up as a monopoly. And so what they do is they bend them to their will. Microsoft, Facebook, Meta, all of these have been Twitter. They did it to Twitter too. They bend their CEOs to their fucking will. They make them take a knee and submit to them. And ever since then, they have taken over independent media.
Yeah,
YouTube,
and
Twitter.
And how they do it, they pressure them. Like they booted The Hill last week, and then this week they booted Iverson again.
Yeah, they're really putting pressure on them, because how dare you be corporate and try to fucking put an independent narrative
And
out.
YouTube, our channel's been smoldering over there for how long? Over a year now on YouTube for the Roar Media. And we've been hovering at 916 or 900 for what, 3 or 4 months?
900.
3 or 4 months, and we've gained in 3 or 4 months. We've gotten 2,000 people on Rockfin.
Yeah, more than that.
More
like
than
3,000, 4,000 on Rockfin.
Yeah, it's crazy. Come on.
They've got their boot on us so hard on YouTube, but I love our peeps that are so dedicated.
Yeah, I do too. I mean, they can come, let your hair down, say what you want. Right. Complain, but this kind of shit's got to stop. And I'll say it again: YouTube, Google, they should be broken up in millions of pieces. And same with Facebook and Twitter and the rest of them. Shattered, just shattered. This pissed me off. I brought this, but you brought it before. I took it off your line and put it up there. This pissed me off.
I shared this last night when I saw it. Yeah, this pissed me off. Yeah, they changed it to Russian state affiliated media. Now, how long did Ed Schultz work for mainstream fucking media? Probably 30 or 40 fucking years. And it was after they pushed him out for telling fucking truth that he went to work for RT. And where I say, this is my conspiracy, nobody sue me, I think they offed Schultz because Ed was the one out there telling the fucking truth about Russiagate in the very fucking beginning. And he knew what they did to Bernie Sanders. So yeah, the heart attack gun might have been used on Ed Schultz.
When the hell did he die? He died, what, 2015?
No, 2016 coming into 2017, right after the election. It was so shocking because he went out and actually interviewed Bernie. Nobody else fucking would from mainstream media. And he stood with Bernie. Rachel said she would, but at the last minute, she fucking duck dived because she got a phone call from fucking producers saying, get the fuck off the property. Because remember, Bernie made his announcement in Vermont out in his backyard or something. So she was there, but did refuse to interview him because she went there to get an exclusive. And then at the last minute, they pulled the plug. And ever from that moment on, when Bernie announced, they fucking been after him, and Schultz protected him and gave him interview time. I'm telling you, they took Ed Schultz out.
Yeah, that was orchestrated by that scumbag Andrew Lack, who is another boomer, way past boomer. He's 70 some odd years old. Such a scumbag. And you know what? Ed Schultz originally, back in his political day, he was a Republican. But he was one that reformed himself because
he really
as
did.
the years went on, he saw the shit that's going on, and he got in the Democrats' camp, which was a big mistake. And they killed him, as far as I'm concerned.
I think they killed him just like they did, Epstein or anybody else that gets in their way.
I think they took him down because he was pushing too hard. He had too big of a following. So, here we go. And what's Jimmy doing? Is he talking about the prince beheading 81 people the other day, or what?
Let's talk about the hypocrisy of this bullshit with Saudi Arabia.
Yeah, this is crazy. Saudi Arabia. Here we go.
Hey, guess what? Bad news in Saudi Arabia. Saudi Arabia executes a record 81 people in one day for terrorism-related offenses. Now, remember, it's Putin is the one you're supposed to hate. They killed Khashoggi, the journalist. They never did anything to them. Now, just so you know, Saudi Arabia executes record 81 people in one day for terrorism. Executed, beheads them. Joe Biden, in departure from Obama policy, says he would make Saudi Arabia a pariah. That's when he was running for president, 2019. He would make Saudi Arabia a pariah.
Sure.
For killing.
Not a pariah, a pal. They're going to be our pal.
I like Kurt.
Not a pariah, man. I'm talking about. Come on, man. Come on.
Come on, man.
So here we go. Anniversary of Jamal Khashoggi's murder statement by Vice President Joe Biden. So Jamal.
Oh.
Well, that's okay. I mean, we got the gist of it. Let's just talk about how Saudi fucking Arabia and the hypocrisy of America. I mean, Biden calls there. Hey, can you, wanting to ask them to up production of oil, let us have some more oil so our gas prices don't go through the fucking roof while we play with Putin. And these guys, they're buddies with Putin. They just fucking don't even bother to pick up the phone. Are you kidding? And then they kill anyone terrorists. When I heard this, I couldn't help but think of, when is this going to happen in America where they start rounding us up and calling us terrorists?
Well, you know what? Again, I've changed my views on guns. That's for sure.
Me too. Since 2016, God, my views have changed on the Second Amendment. Major Tom, I agree. Wasn't that also about the time that Alan Smith at Actual Flotus on Twitter died too? Yeah, I do believe so. They took a bunch of people out. They've been cleaning up and doing what they do for years.
Yeah, they really have. Now, remember when I talked about this, I said Fauci out by spring. Well, spring's like next week. So I'm going to lose that bet.
However, Fauci's on his way out, I believe.
But yeah, and they were talking about this on this clip. I'm not going to play this clip, and I suffered.
I was going to say, I got the puke bag.
Yeah, I'm not going to play the full clip. But what was telling about this clip, two things, is that they were talking about how Fauci doesn't have so much FaceTime these days on these shows.
No, none.
They've cut him way back, but I think eventually they're going to transition him out. And I was hoping by spring, because I can't stand looking at the piece of shit.
I think they will transition him out, but I don't think, my cats are shedding and there's cat hair floating through the air. I don't think that we're done with this shit yet. I think as we get closer to elections, the Democrats will start freaking out and fear porning. Yeah, generate it back up about, look at I heard Convo Couch yesterday got into the new Transformer variant that was announced this week. Yeah. So yeah, they're keeping them on the back burner simmering. Simmer that fear, just keep that fear bubbling in the background and let everybody have a little bit of spring and go out and wear no masks. And some people are still wearing masks. And then, come September, I'm going to call it September, all of a sudden it's going to get really bad again and they're going to start ratcheting it up and we're going to have to go back on lockdowns and schools are going to have to shut down again because we have a new variant that's scary. And
Yeah, they're going to keep us kettled whichever way they want it to go.
Well, they have to because
they're going to because the election cycle's here. Yeah. Anyway, what I did pull out of this segment that they did was something that we all know, and I want to play it for everybody. These guys just read what's on the teleprompter, and here's proof, undeniable proof.
Oh, wow, that was a hard pivot.
I just do what the prompter tells me.
We know.
We know.
We know,
We know,
Ryan.
kids. That's what he just does what the prompter tells him. And that's a real testament to the kind
It
of...
wouldn't be a grim report if we didn't give the actual Ryan Grimm.
Oh, hell no. Hell no.
Hell
And
no.
Let's hear the real report real quick. I need to remember that. Does it work?
Yeah. He just says what's on the teleprompter.
Oh, wow, that was a hard pivot.
I just do what the prompter tells me.
And that was...
It's like Biden. A man after Biden's heart.
You know what? And as far as Emily Jasinski goes, I actually kind of agree with her sometimes. So, you know.
Yeah, I followed Emily over the years. What was she on before? She was on something else that I used to watch. I used to watch Vaglin too. And, you know,
well, yeah,
I followed a lot of those people, but boy, have they fucking.
Yeah, that Farrah, whatever her name was, they're giving her some FaceTime on something now. They tried her on Rising and she didn't make it, but they brought Kim in.
Yeah.
They brought Kim in to salvage their ass, and I think Kim's actually salvaging their ass. But she's doing
solidarity, Sister Kim.
Richard Medhurst breaking: Saudi Arabia is considering setting oil sales to China, not in U.S. dollars, but in Chinese yuan. The decline of U.S. hegemony is in full swing. This is exactly what we meant by West shooting itself in the foot. I think we blew our heads off. This is just the beginning. Senator Max Blumenthal, we need to counter Putin's air superiority. There are plenty of tools we can give Ukraine, Senator Richard Blumenthal said, listing Stinger missiles and anti-aircraft batteries. Are you fucking kidding me? So you're going to give them all these weapons, give the kids the weapons so they can get trampled. You know, Putin they can't win this thing.
No, the petrodollar is in decline. This is exactly what Putin wanted. It wasn't about a military conflict. It's about tanking the American fucking petrodollar and, you know, changing the world's reserve. And that's what it's going. That's what's happening. America is, we're in a tailspin that people just don't even realize. We're diving straight for the fucking ground.
Yeah.
And we knew it was coming. We knew, and, you know, Putin's a very long player. Like, he has looked at this for how many years, and he saw his opportunity and our weakness with Biden at the helm.
Yeah.
Of course, there's a big controversy of Biden would have never done this. Trevor Noah,
fuck him.
admitted blah, blah, blah. You know what? It's true, though. We are that weak, and this is going to get much worse for us.
Got gas today. Bought 11 gallons, 11.15 gallons. $60 on the nose. $60. And they say it could go up to 10, possibly.
I know. I'm thinking about my vacation. I'm like, fuck, am I going to be able to afford my vacation?
Are you going to Italy with Joe Behar?
I know. God dang it.
You brought the wiener. What the hell's going on, Chanda?
This is from a couple of weeks ago. So they're trying to
rehabilitate
Wiener's fucking image. So he's got a talk show now with some other Curtis something. I don't even know who he is. I think he's a right winger. So they bring him on the freaking Hannity show, and you have to watch what he has to say. So this is the best of the Dems, and I got a couple of them.
You got 2 clips. Okay, let's hear Anthony Weiner.
On a new show on WABC Radio in New York, they are exploring the left-right divide and major issues afflicting New York City and beyond.
I can't either.
One of the co-hosts is former New York
I can't stand
Congressman
either
Anthony
of these
Weiner. He
guys.
spent 18 months in confinement for sexting with a 15-year-old girl. He was released in 2019. He says he's ready to answer tough questions about his own life, the challenges facing the country. He's joining now our friend Curtis Slewa with a new show. Their co-host, The Left versus the Right. Anthony Weiner, thank you for being with us.
Jesus
Curtis
Christ.
Lewa, always good to see you, my friend. I guess the first question that I have is, you pled guilty, Anthony, to sending obscene materials to a young girl, a 15-year-old girl. You pled guilty, you served jail time. Have you changed? Are you a different person?
Well, I think so. I don't think anyone can go through that kind of experience, and I think this is probably true of people who have been through other types of adversity. I don't think you go through that type of experience and don't emerge changed.
Well, wait,
I'm sorry.
Anthony, wait a minute.
So I think it's fairly obvious.
That's an obscure answer. I think so. Either you know in your heart if you changed, or you know in your heart if you didn't change.
Look at his face.
Or can you assure people, because you're going to now try and draw in an audience, and they're going to want to know if you changed or not. Have you changed?
They can judge for themselves.
I'm sorry?
Sounds like Fauci.
I said they can judge for themselves. I'm not out to persuade you or anyone else that I've changed. I mean, I'm doing a radio show, and people can call in and ask me questions. We did one this past Saturday where people had an opportunity to call in, and where Curtis asked me a bunch of questions, and I answered the best I can. But in terms of, like, I'm trying to draw someone in, no, I'm not trying to make someone like me or someone be persuaded of any particular outlook on me. We're going to have some conversations about things going on in New York City and other places, and hopefully people will tune into the show, but I'm not terribly interested in trying to make them feel any differently about me.
Okay, you can just roll into the next one. This is just the close.
I just got to say, this guy, back in the day before he got caught in the kitty jar,
he was the shit. He was Uma Abedin's husband. Like, he was a power player in the Clinton.
and he was talking progressive talk rhetoric like there's no tomorrow. You wouldn't even have thought he would been in Clinton's camp, but I believe he was similar to Bernie as far as shepherding people into the Democratic Party by talking those Democrats.
Maybe they set him up. Maybe they set him up like, you know what, you're too progressive. I don't know.
Oh, shit. Him taking that selfie in the mirror. He's a perv.
They all are. I've got Hunter Biden on deck, so hold tight.
Oh, I can't wait.
Yeah.
I would just recommend, in the sense that if it was something this serious, that there's got to be a let me fall on the sword, admit and tell people what's different about me at this point. You know, I would think going to jail is different. And this is what I learned. This is the help that I got.
That's
this
different.
is how I'm,
Sean, you
I'm
can,
staying
Sean,
on the
if
street
you want,
now.
If you want, you can tune into the show.
Oh, my
you
God.
Can hear if that is the way.
You're
but if
on
you
my
say,
show now.
You say
Anthony,
to
I'm
someone,
giving you the chance now to
I know,
do
but
it.
you invited. I know you invited me to come on, and then you say, "Did you change?" Yes, and I answered the question. I said, "I believe that I did. I believe this kind of experience would change any person."
Oh, Jesus Christ!
And now you're having a conversation with Curtis, with me sitting here about my answer. All I can do is give you the answer, brother.
Well, that's your answer. I would have expected a little bit more sincerity, a little more heartfelt, a little more repentant. The word from Latin means to change one's heart. And I agree with Curtis. I believe in. I'm not the guy that calls for canceling.
But it's not something.
What?
I know, but I appreciate you having me on the show. I mean, it's fun, and I'm glad to be here, and I'm grateful to Curtis. He and I have a good show. You know, I've always in my political life been more concerned about things on Brighton Beach Avenue than Brighton, England. We're going to talk about New York City issues. But, you know, I'm of the belief that the way you demonstrate that you've changed is for other people to perceive it.
What?
It's for other people to see that you're dealing with things.
Well, the last words would be after you tell that story.
Here,
to convince people you've changed.
Yeah, con them into bullshit them into thinking you've changed.
Heartfelt with you.
Well, you know, perhaps you should help do prep for the Hannity show for your guests. I'm just giving you the answer as best I can, buddy.
Okay.
The only prep he needs is one of those ones you do before you have a colonoscopy.
Yeah. So, you know, how freaking desperate is he for one to go on Hannity? I mean, these guys fucking hate Hannity, but they know Hannity has got a huge audience. So he's trying to rehabilitate himself. Now, he's going to pop up in New York politics very shortly. You watch, and he's probably going to rebrand himself either as a major fucking progressive I don't. Maybe the Democrats totally kicked him out, and he'll pop up as a Republican. I don't know. He's hanging out with
you got it all wrong,
so.
Chanda. Him and Cuomo are going to run for president on the same ticket. It's going to be Vice President Weiner and Andrew Cuomo. They're going to run.
Oh God, I can already hear the slogan.
Oh my God. That was a great segment. I don't buy any of it. I think Weiner hurt himself more by going on that show than helped himself.
I do too. Yeah, he really did hurt himself. I just found it very entertaining. I was laughing my ass
now
off.
you didn't clip up our movie that we got, right? This isn't from that, is it?
No, I have mass Hunter Biden stuff.
Yeah.
But this came from one of the laptops, one of the movies.
Oh, it did. Oh wow.
It's clean enough. It's clean enough to be on YouTube.
Really?
If you don't have any subs. So
okay, if we don't have any
subs. This is a special treat for you guys.
Okay. Clean enough for YouTube if you don't have any subs. Okay, let's try it. Let's give it a shot here. See if I can get it to play. I don't know if it's going to play.
Why did you call me at 9 o'clock in the morning to tell me that? On the morning that the Marine Down article comes out?
I didn't know about Marine Down.
Well, you did before you started talking to me,
You wouldn't attack me, that you would be a bit more humble.
I did not attack you.
And it pissed me off.
I didn't attack you.
Look at how high he is.
I'm going to use against you.
No, I said
and then you said I haven't
I don't want to give you
information. You didn't notice I was
being
supportive.
Because I'm afraid that you'll use it against me as not being
I can't keep talking. We're going to go round and round.
I'm not arguing, Holly. I'm asking you.
Okay, I don't know. I think we should schedule a visit and we'll talk with the therapist. I'm not going to continue to argue, and I don't want to talk and make things worse.
Uh-oh. Is it a concert?
No, he's on his Zoom call or something.
Yeah. Look, it's sad, but it's true. This stuff happened. The mainstream media, they ignore it. And you see this guy, we know what he was doing for his father. You've heard the allegations. And meanwhile, they were dragging Donald Trump Jr. to Capitol Hill to harass him. They were investigating Eric Trump. These are superb individuals. I know them personally. And this guy, off the hook, that's not fair. Back to the rally.
Why in the world would that idiot record himself?
You saw what we saw. There's some hours of footage out there. And let me tell you, I was married to a crack addict in my 30s. And this gives me fucking terrible flashbacks of how he acted. They always get naked, I guess, because they're hot. I don't know. And they've got some kind of dementia thinking like that they look good when they're naked. I swear to God, I've met so many crackheads that do that. And they all get combative like that, argumentative, paranoid. You can see it all in there. You know, his eyes were huge, dilated.
Oh, yeah. He'd been up for all night, at least. So,
but
yeah.
This isn't the only one I've seen. I've seen 4 or 5 different party nights with Hunter. He likes to chronologue his adventures, apparently. They're out there.
Does he get off on that? Knowing that he can,
I think he does. I think that, you know, we have a movie that I need to break up and do some commentary on, but I've really done a deep dive into how he grew up. And God, he was so spoiled with Biden as his daddy. He could get away with anything. He really reminds me of George W. on how dad always protected him and, you know, the stupid shit he would do. And he never faced any consequences. None of these elite, you know,
none of them do.
Aristocrat kids ever freaking face any consequences. If that was you or I, shit, we'd be in prison, you know. And so many times he should have went to jail, should have been punished, but he would run off to rehab. This guy's been to rehab and they all do that. He's been to rehab like 7, 8 times.
I know.
He always checks himself in there every time he gets in trouble. And you know, he's been keeping his low profile, but I still don't think, I think there's more that's going to come out because of the way those laptops were scooped up, what's on them. As we get close to the next election, I think a shit ton more is going to come out.
I think somebody's making a lot of money on those things, but they're playing with fire if they are. Is this our work here? Is this our work?
Yeah. AOC getting ready for her next Vogue show.
I was gonna say that looks like our work. So good one. And this one was pretty right on here. You made this, right?
No, I got this from the Free Thought Project.
Oh, Free Thought Project. So what do you got? Support Ukraine is a hot dog. Gas prices is what, a hoagie sandwich or more hot dogs?
More hot dogs.
And 40-year inflation high, more hot dogs. ABC, CBS, CNN, MSNBS.
The World Economic Forum is the dog in the back coming to get the hot dogs.
That would be me. That's good. I like that. That's perfect. That's absolutely perfect, Chanda. You just knocked it out of the park grabbing that one. By the way, what happened to Occupy Democrats? Who's running that outfit?
They got taken over by.
Oh my God, they're an
time
embarrassment. Jesus Christ. I see these alerts for, Occupy Democrats just caught a Republican fibbing. You know, it's just like, are you kidding me? Now, this is a follow-up kind of to our sister Fee and brother Craig Pasta Jardula on TikTok. We all know that TikTok got a White House press briefing from Pinocchio Saki or Ginocchio. I'm going to call her Ginocchio. Ginocchio. But this is what they think. Angel Rivera, free Assange now. Free Assange now, please. Damn it. Holy shit, it's so cringe and horrible. Please stop. She just read off White House talking points and why oil prices are higher. Well, she was very attentive to that meeting, that indoctrination at the White House the other day, a TikTok influencer.
Oh, there were so many.
Why is gas so expensive, and why is the United States inflation rate at a 4-time decade high? I had the opportunity to ask the White House why gas down the street is $7, and here's what they said.
I don't even want to watch
the
this
obvious reason we're getting out of a 2-year pandemic. When use goes up, price goes up. But the call was predominantly about Ukraine and Russia, so how does that relate? Russia is one of the top 3 producers of oil, and it is actually their #1 revenue source. Now, with Putin starting this horrific fight between Ukraine and Russia, nobody wants to work with him and do international trade. So, with people being scared of war and limited resources, prices are bound to go up as well. For the people who can't pay $7 for a gallon of gas, there's an app called Gas Buddy that shows you the cheapest gas near you.
Jesus.
As well as link in my bio to donate to the misplaced refugees of Ukraine.
That's the
answer. Get the app and find the cheapest gas in your area. That stuff is so vomit worthy. Oz, their brains are being rotted by these people.
That's like, subsidized healthcare. It's just like go to the exchange and find the cheapest medical insurance you can find. Same shit. But you brought a follow up here. It's TikTok.
Well, this is an interesting report because I notice everybody talking about the influencers, and I've had a serious problem with TikTok and the damn influencer over there because I have 20-something daughters who think they're TikTok stars. And I can't stand TikTok. I can't stand the format. I can't stand how these kids all uniformly think that they have to do this. It's the most brainwashing app I've ever freaking seen. And they're all just cogs for it. And I was listening to this today and I was shocked by some of the stats that I heard in it and some of the things that they're proving TikTok is doing to the minds of our children.
Okay, let's watch it. Thanks for sticking around, everybody. We got a couple more, and we got that great Outgo song. Here we go. Let me see if I can push the right button.
Boasts over 1 billion users. Its primary traffic is contained right now to the United States for the moment, but it operates globally with a rapidly growing footprint. The short-form content seems to have a direct impact on attention span, decreasing it in a noticeable way. The application has been aimed at a youthful demographic since day one, very deliberately, and successfully influenced their behavior, their physical behavior, on more than one occasion, up to and including movement disorders like behavioral tics. Shorter attention spans increase the relative risk for users of social media, which means, right, and bear with me here, that TikTok simultaneously decreases one's attention span, impacts their behavior, and serves as a platform where the social media risk factors of a decreased attention span can be experienced and realized.
Perfect.
TikTok exacerbates, then fulfills the problem at the same time in a closed loop. And the average time that children spend on the platform is rapidly increasing every day, dethroning even Google as the most popular website on the planet. TikTok has become an epicenter of provocative trends. Remember how the company is under fire in Europe, legally speaking, for its targeted advertising at children and the challenges? Yeah, I'm talking about those. Recently, even including a widespread threat of violence in the United States.
I
The
remember
trend
that.
started as a plea for children to stay home from school in mid-December because there might be something going on, and evolved to include bomb threats and other inflammatory content, triggering an actual police response all across the entire country, which equates to a legitimate, measurable, and significant waste of resources. TikTok trends and activity challenges have included things like the blackout challenge, where children were tasked with holding their breath until they fainted. There was the penny challenge, where kids were pushing pennies behind partially plugged in phone chargers, which can have many dangerous results.
Why?
Or even the tooth file challenge, where videos went viral of children
kids.
filing their own teeth and causing permanent damage. More so than probably any other social media platform entirely, TikTok is capable of modifying behavior. At the same time, it shortens attention spans and then triggers the intrinsic dangers of social media for those with attention control issues, making it a one-stop shop for nearly every single thing that should not be happening online for 100 million children.
You know, YouTube's doing the same thing, just in different ways.
Yeah.
Same
No,
thing.
they are. So you like my tick I've got going on above you?
Yeah, I do. I like it a lot.
And I believe that. I actually believe that because I've seen my daughters get kind of swept up in that whole stupid duck face shit where they.
I know. I see it.
And I'm always like, you know how stupid that looks? You know how you're going to look back in 40 years and be like, why are all my pictures? Like,
Yeah.
they get sucked into that shit so easily. And yeah, I'm very worried about TikTok and our youth.
There is such a mass amount of TikToks out there. YouTube seems to put the soft porn ones on there. I see these ones about why aren't you in uniform, and it's got the young gals with the boisterous bodies going in. They come in their jammies and they come in with some sensual thing there, and dancing, shuffle dancing, and what else?
I've seen a lot of propaganda now, especially
propaganda.
In the last 3 or 4 weeks.
That's
little short 5-second clips of propaganda.
Yeah, the Ukrainian propaganda for being number one. But TikTok's nuts. I mean, it's and YouTube is partnering with TikTok to push more of this shit. So here it is. We have a personal PSA here. Public service announcement. U.S. aid to Israel, $3 billion annually. U.S. aid to Detroit, 0. And isn't there a negative number for Flint, Michigan?
Yeah, there is. You know, I watched a time-lapse video, a satellite video of houses in Detroit just for even 5 years, 10 years, 5 years, however long Google Map is, can grab the images. And they literally can track these houses in Detroit where there was families living in them. They're lit up, they're clean, the yards are mowed. Fast forward 5 years later, they're empty, they're overgrown. Fast forward 2 more years, they're burnt, and then they're bulldozed, and now they're just a lot. And they could do that, the show or whatever I was watching, they could do that just all over Detroit. It was mind blowing how many houses.
And this is where they end up, right?
Yep.
Right here. Practice mutual aid. Thank you, Linda. Once again, this is where our sisters and brothers are ending up. They're ending up on the streets, under bridges. There's under a bridge right there.
In their cars.
In their
where
cars.
People start
in their
out
cars. And they get swept away to God knows where, to the next spot. This shit's got to stop, guys. We have got to stop.
I actually came across a report on survival camping is what they call it. And survival camping is knowing where to sleep in your car when you live in your car. And I've got a small clip I'll bring on Saturday. That is sad. It's informative, but God, the reality that we need videos like that is heartbreaking.
It is heartbreaking. And, I do want to keep seeing those reports. They're just as important as doing the mutual aid. Now,
you really liked the Nutella thing, didn't you?
No, you put one in and I put the other. I swear to God, Chanda and I share a brain, and it's a good thing because mine's getting old and broken more and more every day. Yeah. So I'm glad we got this. World War III and the class war. This is where we're at in this thing. I did had a little fun with Nancy. So I brought this. Does that sound like Kit? Nancy? So, but with the eyebrow thing, I can't credit myself with coming up with this with Scoopy the Clown from the ice cream cone box.
Yeah.
This was somebody on Twitter. I just made my own. But notice how the eyebrows match here. And then the one over here, the little red eyebrow underneath, that makes sense. But the gouge in her skull there, that doesn't make a lot of sense there. So I don't know.
That's from the facelift.
That's from the facelift. Okay, I'm glad you. Now it makes sense to me. So I'm glad you pointed that out. We have, what do we got left? Fee says, and
I brought Fee says over. It's just we're babysitting it till the dive comes back from hiatus.
Yeah. So go
Fee
ahead.
says, "What's the next thing they're gonna get you to hate?" Today it's Russians. A few weeks ago it was truckers. Before that, the unvaccinated, and before that, all those different political ideologies. So who's next? Before you realize you're being manipulated to not focus on the actual enemy. Sister Fee killing it again.
Yeah, and she does. She kills it, and that's why she's so popular out there in social media.
We love Sister Fee.
I see so much shit flung at Fee and Pasta and the rest of them
know.
because
She's so tough.
they're not sucking up to the narrative. They're actually being genuine. And yes, we are biased. We ride with the couch. So if you're gonna fling poo,
I ride with the truth, and they're the cat. That's the couch.
That's the couch, because they're telling the truth. And if there's something that they're not saying correctly, they'll listen to you, or not correctly, but honestly, if it's not the truth, talk to them. They'll talk. None of these other cucks will talk to you. Not at all.
They're just
Not at all. Anyway, I just want to give a shout out, everybody. Yeah, hey everybody in the chat. We got 2,900 over on the YouTube, and we got 2,800 on the Fin. So we're doing really good tonight.
That's great considering we don't normally do this night.
Yeah, thanks guys, and make sure you check out Fearlessly Authentic. Ricky Rance was over there, or is over there, and
I'm going to be over there on Friday, so make sure
Shanda-
to check it out on Friday.
Shanda's going to be over there on Friday. I don't know where the hell I'm going to be. I'm going to be somewhere. What else we got? What other announcements we got before we go out?
I got to
here?
Hell and Back. I think, Boston, I might actually pull it to Hell and Back off on Thursday. And I really want to talk about the fentanyl epidemic because it's exploding. Oh my gosh, what's going on?
I hear the Sackler family dodged another bullet they don't have to pay.
They always do, right?
They don't have to pay. The judge ruled against the plaintiff. Again, because the judge is bought off by the Sackler family.
Yeah, they're paid for by the same aristocrats.
Same aristocrats.
Everything.
Julian Assange got denied his appeal. And please write him. Please write him. And
especially send him wedding greetings, please. He's getting married.
yeah, and all of our sisters and brothers, Misty and Jesse and everybody else who's supporting Assange, please support all the Assange events that are happening when you can. If it's a choice between an Assange event and checking us out, you can watch us later. Go support those live Assange events.
That was a year ago.
Yeah, I know.
That was a year ago tomorrow.
I know. It's total bullshit. This country's crap. So anyway, I want to say thank you to Chanda once again. Just killed it. And this wasn't a 2-hour show. It was about 90 minutes.
No, I like it.
Yeah.
By the time I get out of the chair after a 2-hour show, my back is killing.
Oh shit, my ass is
yeah.
flat, man. I got to get the air pump out and pump the buns back in. It's
You
terrible.
got the Hank from King of the Hill problem.
Yeah,
No
that's
ass.
that's it. That is exactly it. Now, here's we tone it down a lot. We tone it down a lot on shorts because we're making it a little shorter. But tonight, what we have for your viewing or listening pleasure is we always talk about, and I want to someday do this with Chanda, is do our own covers or do our own music, songs, and things like that. And Brother Steve, like I said, when he does a song, Steve covers it, and he covers it Steve style. He doesn't try and mimic the artist.
Right.
That's what we love. And I think London Grammar did a hell of a good cover for Bittersweet Symphony. Now, it's a little slower, but you know, if you like it, fantastic. If you don't, sorry, but it did. I think they captured this one. Chanda,
I love this song.
Yeah.
I absolutely love this song. I want to shout out our raves before we go
do. Please do.
I see Osama number 5. Long time no see.
Osama!
Much love and respect.
Hey,
Glad
Osama.
to see you.
Nice seeing you, brother Osama. I think Chris is planning to do a show this week. So
I saw that. She was asking for advice. So Chris is now the natural prepper.
Yeah.
The natural prepper. So yeah, she's got a bunch of topics you can vote on and what she should cover. And yeah, I'm excited for the
I
return
think
of Christy,
yeah,
and Natural Pepper.
yeah, she's working with Steve and Lucky too. I think Steve's doing a song for her, which is great.
Very awesome.
Yeah, so that is wonderful. So got anything else? Got any more shouts you want to say? Hi, Becca.
No, I think I caught him because it kind of
Raw.
slow. I think I caught him.
Jenna Colby. Hi, Jenna Colby. Good to see you.
Jenna,
Good
can't
see
wait
you.
to start getting in the dirt.
Natalie Williams. Natalie, I hope you like this version. It's not, and I like the original too. And it's been done. Didn't the Seahawks use this? Linda said the Seahawks use this song a lot.
Everybody used this song. We used to close the bar every night with it. Yeah, this is.
Yeah, this is it's one that gets old but doesn't get old. So anyway, thanks again, Chanda. Thank you to everybody in the chats and across the world.
Hope you had fun hanging out.
Yep. A-Rim, thank you for the raise. Everybody, let me shout them out again real quick. Crone of Anarchy, A-Rim, Littered Trust Fund, and Chris Leon, sorry. And God, did we get another one here? I don't know.
Osama. It was Osama.
It's Osama's finally queued up. Okay. And to all of you lovely people, have a great night. Chanda.
Foster. Hey,
we
Chris.
will see you on To Hell and Back Thursday, hopefully. And
Thursday,
and,
Friday, Saturday. We got shows lined up.
And you'll be on Fearlessly Authentic on Friday, and then it's Beauty and the Boomer. We got a great show already started for Saturday.
And
so
you got combo tomorrow?
I don't know. I haven't heard yet. They said they may have a panel, or they might have a fee rant, which we love fee rants.
Oh, yeah.
So anyway, check out Slow News Day and all of our sisters and brothers. Support Brother Franco, Hardlands Media, Sabby Sabs. They're killing it. Sabby's doing great still. She's on it. And have a great night, everybody. Have a great night, Chanda.
You have a good night.
Thank you. Enjoy this one. I love this version.
Good night, Peggy.